Hello, everyone, and welcome to Over the Call Movies review series, Lost Films, a show where I review movies as well as shows that are somewhat under the radar, shows that aren't exactly that widespread among the general public as a whole, as well as shows that usually target a small community of people. So today I have with me Trisha as well as Aaron, our special guest, Aaron. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
And today we're going to be reviewing a particular movie you may or may not have known. It's called Kimi no Nawa, or in English, Your Name, which is a Japanese movie which talks about long distance relationships with a hint of Japanese folklore as well as the traditional cliche body switching. And it was directed by Makoto Shinkai, who also directed the recent Weathering with You, as well as the lesser known Garden of Words, and he's known for his hyper-realistic drawing style, with a few YouTubers going to Japan just for the express purpose of taking exact shots from his movie scenes. Anyway, in this review, we'll be giving out our opinions as well as some hot takes from the film. So let's start with the basic plot. So overall, what do you both think about it?
Um, I think starting from the beginning, the plot was a bit confusing at first. It's like,
Mhm.
but I slowly start to understand that they were actually showing how each of them are actually living their own lives. Like the female was living as a shrine maiden, while the other guy was living as a normal teenager boy life. So I think when they start to progress until the climax, when they switch bodies, it's like a complete changeover, and they actually can telepathically communicate with each other for some reason. But I guess that actually gives the movie a sort of uniqueness. Like, oh, when they switch bodies, they can telepathically talk to each other, and then yeah, from there I realized that they share their own experiences as how they're living in the other party's body, and I feel that that's like really deepening the relationship between them, and then it's also sort of like it's like a way to deepen their relationship, and they become couples in the end like that. Yeah, I feel it's very
What
unique.
about you?
I really enjoyed this movie because I loved how the plot has actually mythical elements to it, tackling tradition, the concept of body switching, which was quite interesting, and as well as time travel. And all these elements really made the movie stand out to me.
I mean, for me, right, a lot of the plot was like Uh, it's really good. They didn't. The good thing about this is that they didn't actually use a lot of cliches. Like you don't see a lot of stuff that you see in like a lot of other movies. Like maybe body switching is like probably like a cliche element, but they did it in such a way that it made it like original. So that's probably one thing I like. And also the way that the characters actually got closer together, I really like that. It's something that's evident in probably his other works, but it was improved dramatically by Your Name, and it really improved more by Weathering with You acted. So I guess yeah, that was a really good point. So was there any other scene that like really stood out for you guys?
Um, there was one scene that really stood out to me was when do you remember the ending part when they actually met each other in real
Oh
life?
yeah, that
Yeah,
scene. Yeah.
that last scene. Yeah, I really felt that had like a really special meaning, and somehow it was just the two of them meeting each other at like a very high place, and where no one can actually even see them or talk or shout to them or anything. It's like I feel the both of them are living in their own space. It's like their own personal space, and I feel it gives a really romantic and a sort of uh a sort of like love, a sort of like unique feeling of love that they both can share with each other, and then they both can share with each other across their whole past experiences as they look up into the night sky. Yeah, that
What
scene
about
really
you,
stood
Trisha?
out to me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What about you,
For me,
Trisha?
for me, I really enjoyed the journey scene where Taki actually travels to find Mitsuha and vice versa. You can actually see their determination to find each other even if the odds are against them. I also found the body switching scenes quite funny and seeing how they manage to live each other's lives and experience things that they didn't really experience before.
For me, it was more of after though after they meet, right, and then they slowly start to forget each other's names. That just hit it for me, honestly.
Oh,
That was
the
like,
ending, right,
yeah,
where
that one.
he
So
couldn't remember the name.
when they forgot, I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna be the plot next? Basically, that's one of the scenes that really put me on the edge of my seat of almost any movie ever. So yeah, that's one scene that stood out. Also, that scene that you mentioned when they met,
Hmm.
and I think the first time they switched bodies was one of the funniest gags that you can put about switching bodies, I think. So Makoto Shinkai has actually been noted, of course, with Garden of Words and Weathering with You. Of course, Aaron, I know you've watched it. Yeah, I've also watched Weathering with You and Garden of Words. A question for Aaron and me. Like, which do you think is better plot wise? Is it this one, Garden of Words, or Weathering with You?
Um, from watching these two movies, I feel that Weathering with You is a much better plot. It may not match up to the already quite popular plot and quite the fan favorite of everyone, like Kimi no Nawa. But I feel that Weathering with You it's actually quite interesting because it's like talking about it's almost the same plot, but the thing is that the girl has actually very interesting powers, and then she actually she actually and she they actually like the guy and the girl have like a relationship with each they have a they slowly start to build up a relationship with each other, but then the girl she wasn't she she wasn't really fond of that, and she actually still get along with the guy very well.
For me personally, I don't know. I'm really on the fence with those two because while your name had like this revolutionary kind of plot, Weathering with You kind of has like this new original type of theme, I guess, for like a lot of movies, which I felt like kind of fell short. According for me personally, it kind of fell short, and I felt that it could have really been built up more. Well, Garden of Words, I feel is like really like the best of the three because like um again the plot is unique and it's really very relatable in terms of like finding love, and the uniqueness comes from when the guy actually tries to pursue love with his spoiler teacher. So yeah, I guess like it's one of the more unique plots out there. I think if you moosh those three movies in, I think Makoto Shinkai could probably make probably one of the best movies in there. But I don't know. We'll probably have to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you feel any sort of like emotion? Like, how did you feel after you watched the movie for the first time?
I feel that alright, I feel like at first when I finished watching it, I actually wasn't really expecting what I would be going through, because it's like an animated movie, and then anime movies are quite a sort of like movies that are not really how do I say really like really it's like a sort of like a cup of coffee for everyone, because everyone usually watch all these like everyone is usually hyped up for like action movies like Avengers, and especially Marvel movies, and most will even go to the even to another level of watching all these kind of trailers like horror or it, yeah. But I feel like for the anime movies, it's actually I feel like for Kimi no Na wa, it was a really fresh experience for me when I first watched it. When I watched it with my friend, I really felt that the movie actually contains such really deep meanings, but they don't really like convey it to you straight directly into your face, like how the Avengers, like they show this scene and they show you like, oh, this is actually Thor fighting Thanos or something like that. Yeah, but the movie, right, from what I watched from the anime movies, right, like from Kimi no Na wa, I find they actually convey the message, but they don't do it directly to you. It's like they do it very indirectly, and then sort of like big brain time, for
Yeah.
to think about the deeper meanings of the movie. Yeah, and actually, when you realize it, it really hits it deep for you as well.
So, if you guys were basically to rate this movie out of 10, plot wise, how would you rate it?
For me, I would rate it about 8 out of 10.
8 to 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. So, what do you guys think of like the character development and like the characters in general?
I feel that, okay, for the guy, he was a very rough kid. He was like your typical high school boys who never take things seriously, and they're just fooling around and playing jokes and playing pranks. Well, I see like the other side is actually like the girl who is like she's very docile, and she's very well behaved, because her family is also quite traditional, and they also do a lot of like cultural, they also obey a lot of cultural rules, such as and they also do a lot of cultural activities, so that really shows how well mannered and well behaved she is, and especially when she wear her kimono dress like very elegant. Yeah, so I find from this body switching, right, it really makes me feel that the and especially like what Trisha said about the funny moments, like when they exert out their inner behaviors, their actual behaviors, but at the wrong body. Yeah, that one was actually quite funny, and I feel, mm, yeah, it really makes me feel like they're experiencing each other's character traits and personalities in how their body, their actual body, or like how the actual body that they're inside portrays it out to other people. So I think that is really much of the character development and how their personality traits change over time by understanding the other party, by being in the other party's body, like, a medium like that. Yeah.
I also felt that the characters overall were very interesting, and even the side characters played a role in the story, such as the friends in the school, which actually helped Mitsuha to evacuate the town, and they actually managed to support and help the main characters in their own different ways. And even Mitsuha's grandmother managed to like teach us a little bit more about like Japanese tradition, which I found very interesting to learn about and useful.
What do you guys think like in character development for Kimi no Na wa? What do you guys think about? What do you guys like rate it?
For character development, I would give a 9.5. Easy 9.5.
Aaron, you're an artist, right?
Yeah,
So, as an artist point of view, right, what do you think of the background art and like all the aesthetic points of like the movie?
actually, I feel that the movie wasn't really okay. From my point of view, like when I was younger, right, when I first watched the movie, right, I thought it was actually like really going to be like really shiny and glistening and all stuff, because it's like your typical anime. But then after I rewatch it again, and then I look at some of the posters and all, right, I realized that they didn't really go all the way to make it hyper realistic, like adding shadow, very intense shadow effects, or like the sort of like when your shirt, when there's all these kind of wrinkles on your shirt, and then they put like extra details inside, like the shadow of the wrinkles, or so-called similar, like put a lot of lighting on your face like that. I feel it was actually quite simple but it actually conveyed something really beautiful. I realized what the throughout the whole movie, right? They didn't really use very extravagant colors, but I feel that they use lots of simple colors and very simple lighting, a very simple shadow reflection. But I feel that even though if with something quite simple, right, the art, right, but the plot itself is like very deepening, and yeah, and not only that, he also used real life. He also used references from real life places in Japan to make his to make this movie. I feel that it really brings in like I'm at home, or like, oh, I can relate this to real life like this. It really makes you feel like you're not really watching an anime movie, but you're watching a real life drama, almost real life drama that is happening right in front of your eyes. So yeah, that's from an artist's point of view. I feel that that's the beauty of Kimi no Nawa when it comes to their art.
I thought it was quite beautiful, especially for the scenes that took place during twilight, due to the colors as well as the comet against the night sky. The way that the colors actually manage to like blend together really adds to the overall aesthetic of the film.
Because that comment, right? It was definitely used in a lot of wallpapers. I'm guessing we've at one point used it. But for me, I would say this is probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing movies I've seen. I mean, like you can't probably Weathering with You or like some other movie. I think Weathering with You, of course, like because it's Makoto Shinkai. But for like other Western movies or like other anime movies, like let's say Lucky Star, or like maybe Naruto or something, it doesn't get as good as Kimi no Nawa in a sense. Like Kimi no Nawa, to me, is pretty hyper realistic. Like the absolute detail they put in like the placing and framing of the places, especially, and then like as well as like the lighting, especially like when probably like the sun sets or something after Taki finishes the date with like his coworker. I really like that scene. It really encapsulates like kind of the end date mood, I guess. That really works. And then of course the meteor when it just zooms past like the screen, and then like you get that really aesthetic shot of like Mitsuha just looking up at the sky, thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna die." But yeah, it's really like one of the most aesthetically pleasing movies I've seen. Not that not that it's like super detailed and like for I mean like for like the character models and all that. It's not that detailed, like Aaron said, but like as like a background view and like buildings and all that is very detailed and very aesthetically pleasing, which made the movie really uh kind of it's like an experience you need to soak in, I guess, instead of just, oh, I'll watch this and I'm done. Yeah, it's something like that. What do you think about the music of this movie?
The music of this movie was actually quite enthralling. In fact, right, I heard a lot of peop- I heard a lot of people were really engrossed in the music apparently, but that was used in Kimi no Nawa. Like I heard a lot of people talking about the music, like yeah, like from since the movie first came out, yeah, a lot of people really talk about the music. I guess the most iconic one, the Zen 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 song. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that one.
that one was very catchy. I gotta admit, and really a lot of people like it. And especially there was one song at the end where they used, if I'm correct, was
I
I
think it
don't
was
remember.
Sparkle.
Yeah,
I think it was
I think it
Sparkle.
was Sparkle. The one where my sister talked to me a lot about it. Yeah, I guess the songs were they did really like bring in like it really brings in like the your everyday life feel. It's like that. Yeah, especially when they bring in the guitars and all. It's like uh, it's like you have to rush rush from home to school like that. Yeah, it really does bring in
Oh, no,
like the
that's not Sparkle. That was what was it again? That
that was
was
Zen.
Green Lantern, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, but
It was an inter.
there was one scene where they showed their daily lives and then they were playing Zen in the background. Yeah, I think that
Oh yeah,
really,
that
I
was
think
that
that
one.
really portrayed like how they live each other's lives, colorful lives, different colorful lives, and yeah. And I feel like at the end, right, when they bring in the music, and then you realize it does sound a bit like Zen, but then they did brought it down to a slower pace, and then changed the they changed the speed of the song and everything. Although they did use the same kind of tone to sing the songs, it actually doesn't really like convey like a really sad ending, like compared to the other kinds of movies I heard when they put in the OSTs, which is like very sad, and then they put in like violins or like a very high pitch like that. Yeah, like they change the song to a very high pitch. I feel that by changing that, right, they're actually like really telling a story. So like at the beginning when they played Zen, it's like the story is to show like an introduction to the story of the two protagonists. Then when you come down to the slower song, it's like the movie is trying to show you like, all right, guys, the story between them is going to end, and then the conclusion you will guys find out soon later, and then probably like when I think when near the song like near the middle of the song, they will start to like slow it down like quite slow a bit. Yeah, I feel like it really fits the movie.
Yeah, I do agree that the music actually helps to enhance the impact of the movie. The soundtrack itself actually made use of like different notes, and this actually managed to convey various moods that actually help to add to the emotional impact of the art style as well.
So, I mean, for me, right, being a musician, right, I would say this is probably one of the better movies with like a really good OST. So, like stuff like Violet Evergarden, maybe. You've probably Aaron's probably watched it.
Yeah,
Violet Evergarden, of course. Sword Art Online, they really have really good soundtracks. This one is probably up there with one of the better soundtracks there is. And personally, the main factor is this movie, along with Weathering with You, is mostly composed and it's mostly composed by one person, and like there's one band that accompanies it. That's Radwimps, and honestly, right, without them, the music wouldn't have been very good because a lot of the music is like renditions of Radwimps songs, insert songs in the movie, which really uplift or like downplays like the emotions of the characters as well as like the scene like I think like Sparkle played when like they were trying to evacuate the whole festival, if I remember
yeah.
correctly. Yeah, and like the two were forgetting each other's names, and it hit me hard when they played like the chorus on like the exact moment the comet was about to strike down Mitsuha. So it was really like a thrilling experience, I would say. Wait,
Actually, to be honest, I really find the music is very iconic. It's like the moment you play Zen, I can tell, oh, it's from Kimi no Na wa. The moment you play Sparkle, oh,
yeah.
I can already tell it's from Kimi no Na wa. So I think the music really did a very good part, to be honest. I think it really, along, for me, right, I feel that the music and the art really stands out a lot in this movie. So I would give the music 10, 10 out of 10, legit. It was really good. I, it, even if you speak of the name now, right, I still can remember the the lyrics and the song itself in my mind.
For me, I'll give the music like probably a 9 out of 10 as well because I also feel that it's quite iconic in itself. If I were to hear the music, especially for like studying or like even for like casual use, I think I'll be able to recognize it and enjoy it thoroughly.
For me, it's easily a 9.5 out of 10 because, like I mentioned, it's probably like up there with like the top probably top 10, top 5 of any OST I've ever seen. So, and like again, it's very iconic. It's like immediately, probably if you hear Sparkle, you definitely know it's from Kimi no Na wa or something. So yeah, and that's our review of Your Name, guys. So comment down below what other movies that uh, you guys want to see next, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.